Okay, so today was a little, well, a good day, but tricky. So yeah, I'm gonna explain everything right now. Well, on EU, we had this downtrend here after breaking this low. It created a range here, and after taking these two highs, um, well, I thought about sells, but I didn't know, so I waited for the price action to tell me. First of all, took relevant liquidity on M5 and on H1, as we can see here. This was the high that broke this low to the left here. So this was relevant liquidity on H1. And I was looking for sells, but the break obstructor was down here. Okay. And then in the afternoon, I saw this relevant liquidity taken, this low intact. So I was looking for sells. We had break obstructor here, relevant liquidity on M5 taken, and I didn't enter here. Why? Because I don't have an engulfing candle. But I have this candle. Okay. This candle is engulfing this one, and well, all of them really, like from this, from here, but yeah, some sort of all of them. So I didn't enter because of this. It wasn't a killing candle. If this one would have been an engulfing candle, I would have entered here. Okay, I just placed the trade here and since the beginning, so I saw the TP, but not on the MetaTrader. Yeah, so just this. Then on GU, we had an uptrend here, and well, and I had a stop loss today. We had this buyer's liquidity here, this break obstructor on H1, rubber liquidity on H1 up here, and I was looking for a buy, but that is a mistake here, okay? And the mistake is that I don't really have nothing to the left, yeah? So I never took this low that broke the structure. This low was already broken, so I had nothing to the left really to explain a buy from here. Okay, so I traded this buy just because this relevant liquidity here, and I thought this was an SMT. Okay, so it's more or less correct because if this was an SMT and this should have been a good buy, but the thing is that we had a lot of lows here, so it was dangerous to trade a buy. Okay, if maybe I could have traded a buy if this was the real liquidity which was taken here. Okay, here we took this liquidity, but it wasn't relevant, so this buy was pretty dangerous. And then in the afternoon, I was looking for a buy, but it never came back. USD CHF, we are starting to have a downtrend here. Okay, we had a breakdown on H1, relevant liquidity on H1 was up here. I was looking for a sell here, but never took it. Okay, and maybe this was the relevant liquidity on H1. Yeah, I don't see. I see nothing there. And then I was looking for a buy. This buy. After breaking this, we took relevant liquidity on M5. Yeah. So I was looking for a buy after taking this structure here too, but never came back. Okay, well it broke a structure but late. USD JPY, we are starting to have a downtrend, like on USD CHF. We had a lot of buyers liquidity here. Even I knew or understood that this was an SMT after this break low. Taking the round liquidity and H1, this is not really relevant here because it's out of timing. So I wanted to look for a buy, but it never took this low. Then I wanted to look for a buy here. It broke a structure, but never came back after taking the round liquidity in M5. And which I think maybe this one or this one, okay? But yeah, it never came back, so nothing at all. S&P, I had another stop loss here. This was pretty difficult. I'm gonna explain it right now, okay? Well, we had the break of structure here, but nothing relevant. We took this liquidity, which is relevant liquidity on H1 for me, as it's this probably the liquidity that broke this low here. Yep. So after taking this high, we had all sellers liquidity. But the relevant thing is that we took the relevant liquidity on M5, and this was the relevant liquidity that took this relevant liquidity. So I expected a sell from here in the morning, and we had the break of structure with a strong candle. This is not really relevant for me, but and then we had an engulfing candle here. I entered here, and what fucked me is that the ask line on the MetaTrader, okay, here this line, this blue line is the ask line, is the spread. It was to the upside, okay? So for me that meant more or less that it needed to take liquidity to the upside. And I don't like to trade with the ask line on the contrary, but this movement was taken and happened with the ask line to the upside too. So this trade, I thought about closing it here, but I trusted my strategy and I had a stop loss, and then we had again the strategy, but out of timing. Perfect. Here, perfect. And with this engulfing candle, probably we could have entered here. So yeah, it was out of timing, nothing I could do. And then we had a break up here, but nothing to the left. So I was looking for a sell, but it went down with a strength and with a fast move. And then we had another break of structure here, but it went up. And then Russell, more or less the same. We were having an uptrend, now downtrend. And the same, I was looking for sells. I saw that it reacted a lot here. I wanted to look for a sell, but it broke structure late. Then it took the relevant liquidity on M1 here. And this is not an engulfing candle, okay? So I have to understand this. This is not an engulfing candle. We don't have an engulfing candle here, but this is the same pattern as we had on EU, more or less, okay? We have a candle with a wick here, and well, this one, and two candles, strong candles to the downside, with a little bit of a wick too. So yeah, maybe this I have to study the pattern, but it didn't engulf all the candles, so yeah, pretty difficult to trade that. And then in the afternoon, same, we had relevant liquidity on H1 here, breaking a structure to the downside, but the breakup structure was here, so yeah, nothing at all. Today, two stop losses, so we are 99,142, 850 less, so yeah, no problem. I think GU was maybe my mistake, as I didn't have nothing to the left here. Maybe this was a reason, but not really. yeah, there's no explanation to the left. Maybe, but with all these lows, no. And this one, I think it's a correct trade. As you can see, then it did the move that I was expecting, at least to take this low. So just this. I have to study the asset line and how it works. Maybe it's this index that works like that, but because as you can see, it's to the upside again. I think all the time was to the upside, so yeah. I'm not sure if it's the broker or what, but yeah, it's okay for me. And this is it for today.